Welcome to Traveling Oracle, the magical podcast, where we talk energetics, spirituality, and how you can use this etheric knowledge to drastically change, transform, and up-level all areas of your life. Are you ready for the glow up? Let's go. Before we jump into this episode, I just really quickly wanted to let you guys know what's happening for the rest of the year. This will be the last episode of 2022. I will pick back up with you guys next year. My first week is super busy. I'm going to be traveling on my way back to Bali. So I'll pick back up on the second week of January, the second Monday of January. And I can't wait because the energy of 2023 is deliciously filled with growth, manifestation, and development. But that's all I'm going to say on that. And here's the episode. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of the Traveling Oracle, a magical podcast. As usual, I'm always excited. I'm super excited to have you guys here with this episode. I'm going to give my warnings as usual. These podcast episodes, and for those of you on TikTok, and I think I might upload this to YouTube as well, but these episodes are not recorded in a controlled environment. They're recorded in my Airbnb in London, right by the road. So you might hear a little car pass. You might hear a little honking. You might hear a little alarm. Just excuse it, okay? We're out here living in real life. So today, what are we talking about? Today is one of those episodes that I did not plan. And the episode title just came to me today as I was going about, my life. And the episode title, it might not be word for word, but the episode is about protection from evil. Protection from evil. And this was inspired by the fact that I have finally started the whole Harry and Meghan Netflix series. I didn't start it when it came out just because I didn't have the capacity. I couldn't deal with all of the stuff that there is with that story. And now I have the capacity. I was like, okay, let's watch this. Let's see what's going on. And y'all, again, the title, Protection from Evil, was inspired from the series, the title of today's episode, because why so much hate against one woman? It's one thing, guys, to see people on television and be like, I don't really like that person. Like something about their spirit, I just don't like that person. That's one thing. But to get to a level of hatred for someone you've never met in your life, someone who you've only seen pictures of in the tabloids or seen curated and perfectly put together clips of in the media. Like, you don't know this person. For you to create so much hate in your heart for someone, and then for so many people to collectively find this hate in their heart for someone they've never met, that's not natural. That's not natural at all. I mean, when I go online, I see clip after clip after clip after clip after clip of people hating on Meghan, people hating on Meghan and Harry, but particularly hating on Meghan. And I'm like, I look through the comments, the amount of people that have taken time out of their lives to put a negative comment, the amount of people who've taken time out of their lives to send hateful energy towards someone. It's not natural. It's not natural. And I make it my duty anytime I come across those clips about Meghan and see these hateful comments, I leave a positive comment under every one of those clips as much as I can, just to try to balance the scale of hate against this one person. And the other part of it that shows you how unnatural and crazy this situation is the fact that, yeah, okay, you don't like someone. Crazy that you hate someone that you don't know. Even crazier that you take time out of your busy schedule, out of your life, spend hours of your life writing hateful things about a person. But then it's revealed that as a result, she's suicidal, that she is she's having suicidal thoughts. And that didn't even make you stop. That didn't make the hatred about this woman stop. It seemed to fuel it even more. Guys, people have killed themselves for less. People have unalived themselves for less. People have taken themselves out of this world, out of existence, for less than what's happening with Meghan Markle. And it is crazy that after she's exposed that she's been having these suicidal thoughts, after she's exposed how much this situation has pushed her to the edge, people continue to just dump on. It's not natural. It's not natural. I want y'all to understand that there's a spiritual war going on around that woman. There's a spiritual, energetic war going on around that woman and around that situation. Because when I close my eyes and I think about it energetically, like I see the space of the world, right? And around the world, there are little pockets of evil everywhere. Like evil is dispersed around the world, so is good, right? And when I look at her situation, it's as if the pockets of evil have come together and collectively they've created this huge monster of darkness, just dark energy, and it's standing up collectively and looking at Meghan. Like it's standing up and staring at her, this monster of negative supernatural energy, and it gives me chills. There's a spiritual war going on around that woman, and for those of you who are in the spiritual realm or the spiritual industry, watch it closely, because there are lessons to be learned, and not only to just learn lessons, but to send her some good energy, send her some prayers, send her some positive thoughts. Help to create an energy force around her of positivity and good to shield her beautiful spirit. Because when I ask the question, why is it that all of this evil is collectively standing and looking at her? What I heard was that vast amount of evil is only attracted to a beautiful light energy, a beautiful bright energy. There's something pure about her spirit. There's something pure about her energy. And that type of energy, pure love, pure spirit, evil will always try to attack it and consume it. And that's what's happening here. The other thing is, and Meghan girl, if you ever see this, come to a tarot reading with me, because you have a destiny. You have a destiny that's at play here. And I haven't looked too far into it, but just the bits that have come to me. There is something that Meghan is supposed to be birthing into this world that will change the world. And that is why evil has risen up collectively against her. There is something that she is supposed to bring about that's going to change the world powerfully. And there's a spiritual war trying to keep her down. And so the thing about it is, from spiritual eyes, it's like, okay, the war is going to try to keep her from creating what she's supposed to create, keep her from her destiny and powerfully impacting this world. Is it gonna win? Evil is putting on a good fight. Is it going to win the war of keeping her down and keeping her so busy, keeping her so mentally busy, so emotionally busy that she can't hear the inspirations from spirit? She can't hear the inspirations from source. She can't hear the directions from source that will guide her into what she's supposed to create and bring out in this world. That's what's happening with Meghan. And Meghan, I am sending you love. I do it so much on social media whenever I can. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you good energy. And those of you who are not biased to evil and can even see someone you may not like and realize that what's happening to her is wrong, regardless of my feelings, regardless of whether I like her or not, what's happening to her is wrong. Send her good energy. Send her positive energy. Send her your prayers, because she needs it. So after I saw all of that when I was watching the episodes for their Netflix special, and my mind just was on evil and protection from evil. And here's the thing, and you might be wondering, okay, Akil, how does that relate to me? I'm not a Meghan. I don't have like huge things happening in my life. I don't have nothing evil happening in my life. Listen up. This is how evil gets you, because we've been conditioned by Hollywood to believe that evil looks one way. Evil looks a certain way, and outside of that way, it's not evil. And a lot of you are living with, a lot of you are living under a spell that's being cast over you by negative things, and you're continuously living in that spell because you can't recognize evil for what it is. So if it's not something sitting in the corner with glowing eyes, you don't recognize evil. Let me show you the ways evil shows up in your life and controls your life without your knowledge. Evil can show up as gossiping friends, right? Evil can show up as friends who are actually your friends and are trying to bring you down behind your back. If you're a person who you always have issues with your girlfriends, a girlfriend is always stabbing you in the back, you are always finding out that someone you thought was your friend, it has been talking about you behind your back, has been bringing you down behind your back, has been ruining your reputation behind your back. That's a form of evil that's coming in through your friendships. Another way is family members. If you've always heard about loving family members, you've seen other people loving family members, but there is no love in your family, there is no love between you and your family members, that's a way that evil seeps into your life through people who are supposed to love you, people who are supposed to be there for you, people who are supposed to protect you no matter what, and you can't find protection and you can't find peace in these relationships. That's a way evil seeps into your life. If you're living a life where nothing is working out for you, you keep trying, and everywhere you go, you find a block. No matter how much you try to progress, you find a block. You might take 5 steps forward and take 25 steps back. If this is a recurring theme in your life, that's another indication that there is evil at work in your life. We have to remember, again, evil is not necessarily a demonic entity with fingernails and like spooky shit. Evil can show up as just negative energy holding you down, and that's the way that it affects most of us today, and that's the way that it controls most of us today, because we just think, oh, it's just some bad luck. Oh, I'm just having a down spell. Boo, you've been having a down spell for 6 months. Something's not natural there. Something's at play there. So it's like the first step to protecting yourself is to recognize evil where it is. Recognize the different faces of evil in your life. Recognize the different ways it shows up in your life. Recognition is the first step to protect yourself from evil. I'm hearing that I also should highlight persons who have been feeling unmotivated for a very long time. Persons who you have great ideas, to start a business, you have great ideas to scale your business, you have great ideas for your career, to just progress yourself, but when it comes to putting into action these ideas, you seem to never be able to make that step. That's another area where people are being held down by negative forces and not realizing it. There's so many ways that evil seeps into our lives and evil holds us down. And you might ask, well, why does evil want to hold us down? Like, what is the point? Like, I don't regard myself as super important. Why are these things trying to hold me down? Because when any of us becomes the truest potential of ourselves, the fullest potential of ourselves, we are able to powerfully impact the world. When one of us reaches our full potential, we reach all our family members around us, all our friends around us, all our coworkers around us. We have the impact to touch so many people's lives and put a fire in so many people's lives, and that so that they can also reach their full potential. And so you reach your full potential, you touch 10 people in your lives powerfully, they reach their full potential, 10 of those people reach another 10. It's a cascading effect that has a huge effect on the world. And sometimes we don't realize the impact or the reach that we have because we're like, oh, it's just little me with my little friends, with my little life. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a this. I'm not a that. I'm not an important person. Everyone on this planet is important. Do you know how many sperm cells did not make it to the egg, but yours did? Why? Millions of sperm cells tried to get to that egg. Yours reached. Why is that? Out of a sea of 1 million of potential beings, of potential humans that could have come into this earth, you are the one that made it out of that batch. There's a reason. There's a reason why you made it. And so I want to help us to get out of this idea of
importance is only found in fame. Like, important, only like Rihanna and Beyonce and celebrities are important, and politicians and these huge, big people in the world are important. No, we are all important in our own right. And that's one of the tools of evil as well, to help us to feel unimportant, help us to feel like what we do, it just doesn't matter. And when we feel like that, we do not reach our full potential. And when we do not reach our full potential, we do not powerfully impact the world in the way we're meant to. So now that we know how to identify evil, what do we do about it? Okay, I'm gonna give you the things that I do in my personal life to protect me from evil, to create an energetic barrier around myself, to create an energetic barrier around my home space wherever I am. These are powerful tools that I've found. Some of them I've just been led to intuitively. Like, I will hear a voice say, okay, Akil, you need some protection, girl. Like last night, I heard, Akil, get up, you need to do some protection. I was like, what? And I did like 4 different things last night to protect my energy. And I think that's also, that may be also why I was pushed to do this series or this episode on protection. But let's start really, really, really simple. Let's start with your space. I sage my space or Palo Santo my space on a regular basis. It depends on how I'm feeling. I might do it daily if I'm feeling like I just get that nudge that I need to, but I at least do it weekly or maybe twice a week. Pick whatever works for you. I would say if you're just starting, do it daily for a week, and then after that, maybe do it weekly or twice a week. It is important to clear your space energetically, because so much of us, we have depressive thoughts. We have this stuck energy about us where we want to do better. We want to maybe form some new habits. But no matter what we try, these habits fall off, or we're still stuck in the same place. It's because in your energetic house, in your energetic space, in your personal space, you have this stuck energy sitting there. You have the energy that's there from 3 days ago when you were feeling depressed and you were having all these negative self-talks and you weren't feeling great. You've moved out from that space in your mind and your body, but your physical space still houses that energy. When you don't clear out your space, especially if you're living with someone, maybe you have arguments every now and then, the energy from those battles or those dark conversations. When I say dark, I don't mean evil. I just mean like conversations that are not positive. They sit around the house and they cause you to slip back into that space more often than you should. So it's really important to cleanse your space on a regular basis. Buy some sage. If you don't want to do sage or Palo Santo, another thing that's really good is frankincense incense. Frankincense incense. Do I have to say incense if I say frankincense? Anyway, another powerful thing is to burn incense around your house. Frankincense is one of those things that really help to protect your energy and clear out negative energy. It also has spiritual connotations where it helps you with enlightenment. It helps you with even channeling messages. So frankincense might be a really good option to help to clear your space and connect you spiritually. Personally, I have the incense stick, but I also have the frankincense resin, and I burn it on a charcoal thing and it puts smoke in the air. That's really powerful for clearing your space, not just your physical space, but clearing your mental space as well. So there's clearing your space, there's frankincense. Another thing that you can burn to clear your space is, what are these things called? Cloves. Cloves are another, I don't know what to call them, but is it a herb? Whatever it is. But when you burn them, the smoke that comes up from the cloves is another thing that powerfully cleanses your space. It helps you with mental clarity. It helps you with spiritual connection. I've heard of people doing baths with cloves to cleanse their body. So that's another way you can do it. Old wives' tale that I see people used to do from ancient times. I've read a lot about cloves, as you can probably tell, is people used to have oranges and they would stick the bottom end of the cloves in the oranges in patterns, and that would help to cleanse the space powerfully. Apparently the combination of citrus, orange citrus with cloves creates this collective energy of cleansing and kind of like rebirth and just vigor is what I would say. So cloves is another thing that I always have with me, and I always kind of burn along with my frankincense. So that's for clearing your space. Wait, there's one more thing we can do for clearing the space. You can also use essential oils. They're very easy to source, and they really help to brighten the mood of your apartment in addition to the spiritual benefits. I'm just gonna read really quickly from my iPad. Tea tree oil helps to clear the air and purify your environment. Bergamot, I don't know how to say this, bergamot, anyway, that oil helps to fight feelings of fatigue. Sage oil helps to eliminate negativity. Peppermint oil helps to reverse your negative mental state. So a lot of essential oils have lovely, lovely, lovely purifying effects and spiritual benefits, in addition to the fact that they make your space smell good. And when things smell good, mentally you're in a better space. So essential oils are also a really good way to add to your routine, to add a bit of protection or any other energy that you would like in addition to protection. So lastly, I would say, is the use of candles and crystals. I'm going to tell you a story from when I was in Bali. If you listen to that episode where I told you about the crazy things that happened to me in Bali, my room was always beside the Balinese altar to their spirits. And when I tell you the amount of spiritual energy that would be flowing into my room, because they had this huge glass door, like one wall of my room was a glass sliding door, and right outside there was the spiritual altar. And anytime I would go to sleep, if I turned my back to that glass door where the spiritual altar was, it's like my mind kept feeling like it isn't safe. I keep wanting to like look over and see like what's happening. And if I turn my face to it and my back towards the rest of the room, my back was like, okay, everything's fine there, but just there was this feeling, overwhelming feeling of it's not safe there. And I didn't realize it until I did the thing that I'm about to tell you to do. That's when I realized the difference in feeling safe after I've sealed that off energetically. So what I did to seal it off energetically, I had 2 black obsidian crystals. For those of you on TikTok, on YouTube, I'm showing you the crystals right now. These crystals are powerful crystals for protection and for banishing negative energy. Anything with black colors, like black candles, black crystals, will always protect you. These crystals are super powerful because I remember there was also a time in Bali where I was just understanding my gifts and I was feeling very overwhelmed. And the only thing that would settle my energy, because it felt like a hurricane around my body, the only thing that would settle my energy is holding one of these crystals in my hand and just closing my eyes. And then my energy started to kind of regulate itself. So I put these crystals, one at one corner of the glass door, one at the other corner of the glass door. And then I did a meditation where I sat in between them, and energetically, I created a line between this black obsidian crystal, and I anchored that line. It just went through the base of the crystal all the way through the earth, and I anchored it to the energy at the center of the earth. And that's a grounding meditation. I teach it in my course Awaken, my spiritual coaching program Awaken. And that grounding energy is really, really good for us in meditation, but it also helps to secure energy. So I did it at one end of the door, I did it at the other end of the door, grounded the obsidian crystals, and then I created in my mind this door of energy that sealed off the glass door. And let me tell you guys, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen because I've never done anything like that. I was just led to do it in my mind. I heard, do this, do that. I was like, all right, I'll do it. And y'all, when I went to bed that night, I slept like a baby. I had no feeling that something is watching me. I had no feeling that I had to keep an eye on that area of the room because it's not safe. Like, it just felt like the whole room was sealed off because I sealed off that entrance there where a lot of energies were coming in through. So that's something that's, if you can find a black obsidian crystal, carry it with you in your purse. Sometimes I'll sleep with it underneath my pillow because it will help me, because once it's in your energetic space, it will help to protect your space. Another crystal, I'm going to give you another 2 crystals that powerfully protect you. Amethyst. The amethyst crystal, the purple energy from that crystal is a powerful protection of personal energy. So I guess I'm going to just filter into personal energy now, how to protect your body. We started out with how to protect your space. We're going to talk about now how to protect your body, your mind, your spirit, your personal energy. Carrying a black obsidian crystal or wearing one on your as a necklace is super helpful because you're putting the obsidian right by your heart. You're putting it at center mass, basically. I mean, it's not perfectly center mass, but center mass basically, and that will powerfully protect your energy. Oh my God, there's always someone drilling in London. But yeah, that will powerfully protect your energy. Amethyst, the purple energy, that purple light is super powerful for protection and spiritual connection. So an amethyst, just make sure it's real, y'all, because plastic amethyst will not help you. The other thing, the last thing that I'll talk about that will protect you well as necklaces or just carrying on your person is the rose quartz. That pink energy will fill your aura, and that pink energy is transmuting energy. Any type of negative energy that comes in your space will be transmuted to positive energy. So if you're a person who is in the public eye a lot, maybe you're social and outgoing and you interact with people a lot, that type of person tends to get some, negative feelings when people see you on social media. Maybe people are jealous of you or people don't like what's happening with you, and they'll send you negative energy even without knowing. Just thinking negative thoughts about you will project that negative energy towards you. And that pink energy that's given to you by the rose quartz will transmute that energy, so no negative energy can get into your energetic field and harm you, right? So sometimes a lot of us, we're feeling sad, we're feeling down, and we don't know why. It is because we're unprotected. Our energy is open. When I read tarot, there's some people who their energies I can connect to in a heartbeat. There's some people I have to poke, I have to prod. It's work to get in their energy. And I always feel a little afraid for the people who I connect with just easily, because what it means is that you're energetically just wide open, right? If I can get in there with no problem, other things that don't have good intentions for you can access your energy as well, can siphon off your energy, leaving you feeling lethargic, leaving you feeling depressed, leaving you feeling not good enough. Some of you, you're working on your self-love and nothing is happening. You're working, and you're wondering, why is my self-love not increasing? Why am I still feeling this way? It's because some of you have things that are siphoning off your energy. You have family members siphoning off your energy. You have friends siphoning off your energy. You have entities siphoning off your energy. You need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. This is the basis from which you can then grow, because without protection, you might grow a bit and then something brings you down because you're not protected. Oh, I forgot 2 things for cleansing your space. And for those of you who are like homebodies and you love decor and you love like making your home feel homey, these things would be really great for you. A simmer pot. A simmer pot is amazing. It's this little, actually, I'm going to link some in this, along with this episode, where you can get some on Amazon, because I bought a simmer pot specifically for this. It is this little thing where you can put water in, and underneath it has the holder for like a tea light candle. So you put the candle underneath and it burns the simmer pot with the water in it, and what you put in the water is different herbs. Can you guys stop constructing outside, please? I'm just trying to record my episode. My God. So what you put in the simmer pot, you would have to look up the different herbs and see what's best for what, and what essential oils are good for what, but you'll put different herbs in there. Some people cut up slices of lemon or slices of orange peel and put in there, or slices of orange themselves and put in there, put some cloves for protection. Some people put for some cinnamon for good luck. Some people put black pepper for protection. Some people sprinkle some salt in there. Then the essential oils, some lavender for a calming effect, some tea tree oil for protection. Like, you can put whatever it is you're trying to achieve in your home. You look up the herbs, look up the essential oils for it, and you just add that into the concoction and allow it to burn just slowly there for the whole day. And the idea is that the energy of what those herbs represent will rise up from that and fill your energetic space. But remember, it's not doing the things that make the difference. It's the intention when you're doing the things. So if you know that the cloves are for protection, think about protection as you're dropping it there. Like you can even say something like, I'm dropping these cloves to protect my home, to protect my loved ones. I'm adding this cinnamon to draw lucky energy to me, to draw positive energy to me. I'm adding this orange to bring vitality to my life and to my home. So think about the things and the reasons why you're doing things. Put that intention in the simmer pot, and y'all, it will shift the energy in your space powerfully. The other thing that you can do in your space, and this is another powerful thing for protection, is to burn black candles. Burning black candles, again, that black color is symbolic of protection energy, of protective energy. Last night I had to burn a black candle because I don't know, I was just called to do it. So I burned a black candle. I dressed the candle with tea tree oil for protection. I rolled it in some herbs, some sage, some rosemary, some rose petals. I rolled the oiled candle in it, and then I burnt the candle. And as the candle was burning, I just said, I'm burning this candle for the protection of my space. I put this intention in this candle, and I could feel the shift as that candle burnt down. So these are really great things you can do for your space, for your just fortifying your space and bringing in the right type of energy. I'm going to leave you with my last tip for protecting my energetic space, my personal space, my body. And this was something that was, I want to say, given to me. It was just impressed on me to do, and I felt the effects afterwards, and I was like, oh, it's like a cleansing ritual, isn't it? After I did it and I felt the effects and I looked it up. So it was the night before I went to Bali. I was in a hotel right beside the London airport because I was leaving early the next morning, and it was a full moon. And I was laying in my bed, and I had just kind of like broken up with this guy, and I still had these feelings of hurt and just, you know, those typical feelings after a breakup that just aren't pleasant. I wanted to just let go and release. And I was laying in my bed, and I heard a voice say, okay, Keel, get up and fill the bathtub. I was like, okay. I got up, I filled the bathtub with warm water. And then I had this bath bomb of rose. It was rose incense, rose oils mixed with bath salts. And it had just like, it was this pink bath bomb. I don't know why I kept it. I bought it somewhere randomly and I kept it in my suitcase. And they said, I heard, go in your suitcase, get that bath bomb and put it in there. There were two of them, and I put them in there and I mixed it all around. And then I heard, all right, take off your clothes, go in and just lay in there and relax. I said, all right. So I stepped in. The water was great. I could smell the rose. I could see the little petals from the rose bath bomb. And I just laid there and I relaxed. And then I heard, think about all of the negative feelings you're feeling because of this breakup. Think about them traveling out of your body and into the water. Feel the feeling of the water just drawing those negative feelings out of your body. Feel the feeling of the water drawing out anything you want to release right now. Like, let it go, let it go. And I did that. I pictured like in my mind, it looks like lights leaving my body, like this energy leaving my body and seeping out into the water. And I stayed there for a few more minutes, and then I heard, get out. I was like, oh, okay. And then I got out and I let the bath water drain. And as that water drained, guys, I felt so good. I felt so clear. I didn't feel the sharp pain of the breakup anymore. I didn't feel any of the bad feelings I was feeling anymore. And I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? And I looked it up, and it was like a full moon ritual to release negative emotions. And I was like, thank you, ancestors. Thank you, spirit guides, because I definitely needed it. And those feelings had plagued me for a bit. I mean, maybe we broke up like 3 weeks before that. And I was just done. And that helped me to just cut that off. And I was fine after that. So a bath ritual will always help you with cleansing. And it's really important to do it at the times where the energy is about release and cleansing. the full moon is the perfect time because the energetic high that the planet is on is crazy. But also you're in a moon cycle where the moon is about to get smaller. So anytime you want to release something, you want something to go out of your life, it's important to do things around that full moon time so that the waning moon can take it away from you. So those are the things that I do personally to protect myself, to protect my space, to protect my energy, to protect my being. And I can't emphasize how important it is for you to figure out what works for you, what's easy for you to do, and have it as a part of your life. Because remember, this world is not physical alone. And whether or not you mess with the spiritual world, as people like to say, the spiritual world is messing with you. So it's important to understand certain things about the spiritual world and then protect yourself and protect your loved ones and protect your space. So I hope you guys have learned something from this episode. Before I wrap up, I want to remind you about Awakened. If you are going through a spiritual awakening, Awakened will help you navigate these choppy waters. During a spiritual awakening, it can feel like your world is on fire because it is. Everything you knew to be true is changing and you're finding a new version of yourself. Let me help you navigate this. Let me help you balance your mind, your body, and your spirit. Come to Awakened. You will come out on the other end, not just transformed because you're going through a spiritual awakening, but also better off in the physical world, because a spiritual awakening, navigating that properly will help your bank account increase. It will help your business increase. It will help your relationships increase. It will help you to live the type of life you want. You just need to navigate it properly. So Awakened is open. The pre-recorded content is already there. You can start immediately, and then our live sessions pick up starting the first week in January. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave you there. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it all there. And I will see you guys in my next episode.